OBS Studio is probably the most popular screen recording software, and it's cross-platform. It works on Linux, Windows, Mac OS. But the problem with using OBS on Wayland is there's a little bit of setup needed to make it work. So by default, when you install OBS Studio on Wayland, you can see that it's working for me, but by default it has no such screen capture module. And even if it does, if you go to the properties of it, click on this little button here, it will do absolutely nothing. So you can't capture your screen on Wayland with the default OBS. It's really easy to make it work, and I'll show you exactly how to do that. So first of all, we're gonna go into whatever Wayland desktop you use, and we're gonna open up a terminal. And first we need to install two packages. That is going to be the xdg-desktop-portal and the xdg-desktop-portal-wlr. I'll talk about the wlr one in just a moment. So first we need to do -- needed. This basically makes sure that if this package exists and it is up to date, then we skip that package. So right now I'm gonna enter my sudo password and it's up to date. Now about xdg-desktop-portal-wlr, if you're using Hyperland, you're gonna need this one, GNOME is this one, and KDE is this one. For any sort of other window manager like Nuri, Wayfire, should be WLR. And once you got that running, we can move on to our next step, which is editing the config file of your desktop. Now I'm using Sway, so it's in .config sway config. For Hyperland, it's in .config hyperland.conf, and for other window managers I don't really know. So I'm just gonna open up this file here, and this is the section that I need to go to, that goes OBS fixes and XDG desktop. So for Sway, the way you do this is you add a auto start line, which you can do with exec. Then you do no startup ID. This is optional, but it's nice to have. Then you just run this command, which I will leave in the description below. All it does is set the environment variable, that goes xdg-desktop equals Sway. So if I do set env here to see all of my environment variables, we can see that the xdg current desktop is Sway and the xdg session type is Wayland. So the reason we do this is that OBS knows what desktop this is. So if we don't set this environment variable, it won't know what desktop is being used here. So right now it's set to Sway. If you're using Hyperland, this is going to be set to Hyperland, and so on. And the command here is dbus-update-activation-environment --systemd Wayland_display and xdg current desktop equals Sway. And then we have to start the xdg portal services. So we start the WLR first. So let me just go to the end here. We do a no startup ID user lib xdg-desktop-portal-wlr, and then we do an exec no startup ID user lib xdg-desktop-portal-r. Now in Hyperland, this can be very easily done. All you gotta do for this one to set the environment variable is type in n equals xdg current_desktop equals Hyperland. I think this is how you do it in Hyperland, I'm not sure. You can simply search it up on the internet. And then for these two guys on Hyperland, you just add, I'm pretty sure these start automatically on Hyperland, but I'm not sure. You just add user lib xdg-desktop-portal, those same commands, but this is the syntax for Hyperland. And that's basically it. Then all you gotta do is reboot your system, and once you do that, you should be fine to go. Now if for some reason OBS is not working, I can give you an alternative to OBS that does work on Wayland. It's called a WF recorder. So right now if I just open this up and say yes to everything, it will start recording my screen. You don't need to set up anything for this, it works out of the box. You can also do WF recorder -8 to record your audio if you want to. And let me actually just open this up to see the recording here, and you can obviously see it's a perfect recording. But I just like using OBS, so I thought I'd share the fix for you guys as well. I hope you enjoyed this video. If it was helpful, make sure to give it a like and subscribe my channel for even more videos, and that's it. So bye bye.